Hello and welcome to a two-part tutorial talking about how to survive as a Windwalker Monk in PvP in Warlords of Draenor. In this video, we're going to be going over the importance of line of sight by the use of Transcendence and how to get the mindset of properly saving your defensive cooldowns. Let's first start off by going over the changes that were made to Transcendence during the transition from Mist to Draenor and what the spell is. Transcendence is a two-part spell. One is a port that you can set down in a location, and the other, when used, allows you to port to that location. In doing so, you set down a Transcendence image from the place that you ported, from which you can either use at a later time, or reset the location by hitting Transcendence again once transferred. Next, let's go over the changes that were made to Transcendence from Mist to Draenor. When leveling from 90 to 100, you get a perk that changes our Transcendence by reducing the cooldown on the placement port down to 10 seconds and making both a placement and Transcendence spell an instant cast when used. This is vital and has been needed for a long time and is probably one of the best changes to monks in Warlords. Now that you have a general understanding about Transcendence and what it is, let's next go over a few examples and talk about the mindsets you should get into when using the spell. First off, let's talk about one of the most important mindsets that you need to get into, which is to constantly be placing your port around LOS before you enter a PvP situation. Constantly be doing this. It is important and will save your life, or it can provide you with the ability to save many of your defensive and offensive cooldowns for a later time once you get pressure or force anything. This brings me to my first point on defensive play with the spell. During the transition from Mist to Warlords of Draenor, there were several changes to our defensives. Many defensive spells have either been changed or removed. Spells like Touch of Karma and Fortifying Brew have been changed, where Touch of Karma only absorbs 50% of base health, and Fortifying Brew duration has been reduced from 20 seconds down to 15 seconds. On top of that, if anyone remembers the old ability Sparring, which increased our parry by 15%, it was one of those spells that you did not realize how good it was until it was gone and played a huge role in our defensive play. Lastly, it will be very rare to get Surging Mist off without the use of LOS. Keeping all this in mind and adding up how squishy we are in Mists, you now have to apply it to Warlords of Draenor. Let's now talk about when to use this spell. First off, the answer to that is often, but let's expand on this so you can better understand. We just recently discussed on how squishy monks are, and how you should get in the habit of constantly placing your Transcendence port every time before you enter PvP combat. One of the best ways to play defensive as a monk is by saving your cooldowns. I can't express how important it is to save cooldowns like Trinket, Fort, Karma, and even offensive cooldowns in some cases for as long as possible in 1vx situations. By utilizing the Transcendence's short cooldown, you are able to harass constantly without the use of Karma, Trinket, and Fort. By saving these cooldowns, you'll be able to come out on top in 1vx fights for when you really need them. PvP is unpredictable, and there will be many situations where you can get caught up in stuns or CC and either need to secure a kill or need to survive, but you won't be able to if you don't have those. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at an example clip. This is a clip that I recorded and I 1v2'd a Feral and a Hunter without using my Fortifying Brew, Nimble Brew, Trinket, or Touch of Karma. So we're going to see how we pull this off, and I only use Transcendence. So let's jump right into this. So in this clip, we start off by on the bridge. I see that it's going to be a 1v2, so I instantly throw down my Transcendence port before I enter combat. After that, I want to go on the Hunter, so I try to pull them together for a double sweep. After that, I pop my unused Trinket and Tiger's Eye Brew to try to land some damage onto the Hunter. The Feral lands a full bash on me, and at this moment I'm just looking at my health bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll down and try to force them both to come down. I start to heal up, and then I Transcendence. I notice the Feral's really close to me, so I want to switch on him. I see the Hunter's making his way back up the bridge, so I set him to focus for paralysis. As soon as the Hunter gets close, I throw him in a paralysis and I reset my Transcendence port because I want to use this method again later. The Pharaoh's low now, so I want to roll back off the bridge and try to finish this Pharaoh. I finished the Pharaoh, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the Hunter and another Paralysis, and I'm going to roll underneath the bridge, trying to force the Hunter to get as close to under the bridge as possible, which will allow me to heal up to full with another Transcendence Port. This is a perfect example of utilizing your terrain and Transcendence without having to use your Nibble Brew, Touch of Karma, Trinket, or Fortifying Brew, as I just did, and I'm able to pull off a 1v2. Alright guys, practice setting your Transcendence port down all the time before you enter PvP. By using the spell and saving your defensive and offensive cooldowns, you'll start to notice a huge difference in your PvP experience and how much easier it is to survive as a Windwalker Monk in Warlords. You will also be able to improve in your 1vx fighting styles and be able to come out on top. In the next survival guide, I'll be talking on defensive play with Tiger's Eye Brew and going over a few strategies that I use to stack Tiger's Eye Brew effectively. Hopefully this guide helped you out, and be sure to practice a lot, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. If you guys found this guide helpful or want to see more, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content. And if you guys liked this video and it helped, be sure to give that a like and a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and to reach other people in need. Thanks again guys, hopefully you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
Good Gaming, an e-learning and social networking platform built exclusively for gamers and designed to turn you into an esports champion. We give you the tools, resources, and support to game better. Instructional videos and e-learning guides give you access to powerful strategies and the secrets of the pros so you can dominate your opponents. Our exclusive mercenary system gives you access to personalized support or offer your own services to the highest bidder. And compete in exclusive Good Gaming online tournaments to win cash and prizes. What are you waiting for? Become a Good Gaming member today. Good Gaming, revolutionize your game.